Hello everyone and welcome to a very special unboxing of the Gemini Jets Airport Series St. Maarten Princess Juliana International Airport 1400 scale set. So yes, this is a set of 3 aircraft, and this came out in 2006, so there'll be 3 retro aircraft, so that's pretty cool. All that would have flown to Princess Juliana Airport in St. Maarten at that time. It's a really cool thing that Gemini did this, and I wish that they did this for more airports than just St. Maarten. It's still cool to get the St. Maarten pack, and if you can believe this, I got these 3 aircraft for $41. Yep, $41 plus shipping, which can be a little bit expensive because this box is really big. I mean, here's my hand for comparison. You can see the box is huge. So the shipping is going to be a little bit, but $41 for 3 models, that's pretty good. And they still have 2 available at Jet Collector, so if you're interested, that's where you should go to get it. Have to flip over to the other side of the box here, and please skip ahead. I am going to read this entire passage here, so if you want to skip ahead past that, you can go ahead and do that, but I will read this just to provide some more information about the time, because this is really cool, and it is a very unique box here by Gemini Jets. And I mean, you can even see the little map of the airport, which has not really changed much since, but there it is. And okay, so we'll get this going here. The island of St. Maarten, or St. Martin as it is in French, is the smallest landmass in the world, shared by 2 nations, covering a total of 37 square miles. The northern side, I have to go back and forth here, St. Martin is governed by French. And the southern side, St. Maarten, is one of 5 island territories that make up the semi-autonomous country of the Netherlands Antilles. I think that's how that's pronounced, I'm not quite sure. Part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. While English is the main language on both sides, French is the official language of the northern side and Dutch the official language of the southern side. Because of its geographical location, the island plays a strategic role in the development of neighboring islands Saba, St. Eustatius, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and also Netherlands Antilles territories, Anguilla, and St. Barths. In fact, the airport is the hub that feeds the French side of the islands, St. Martin, and surrounding islands as well. Princess Juliana International Airport, or SXM, started as a small military base that was built in 1942 and was converted into a civilian airport in 1943, the first in its part of the Caribbean. It has played an important role in the socio-economic transition of St. Maarten from an agriculturally based economy into one of the major tourist destinations in the Caribbean. Today, SXM is the 2nd busiest airport in the northeastern Caribbean in terms of aircraft movements, behind San Juan, Puerto Rico. From the U.S., most travelers touch down in St. Maarten aboard American Airlines and U.S. Airways, though Continental and Delta offer some less frequent flights. From a limited number of cities, getting to St. Maarten from Europe is fairly easy, as Air France has daily nonstop flights from Paris-Charles de Gaulle. Corsair operates numerous weekly charter flights from Paris-Orly, and KLM operates 3 days a week from Amsterdam. To reach the island from other Caribbean locations, local carriers such as Caribbean, Sunstar, or Caribbean Airlines, BWIA, and Aliat are safe bets and usually have daily connections between the Antilles major hubs. Windward Island Airways, or Winair, is based in St. Maarten and provides daily service from SXM to Anguilla, I'm not sure, Saba, St. Barths, St. Eustatius, and St. Kitts and Nevis. It's really cool there, and also on the other side of the box here, we do have kind of this nice panoramic picture with one of the Winair Twin Otters landing. You can also see over here we have a Air France A330 and a Delta colors and motion tail, so pretty cool to see there. Also important to note, it's upside down. That says under 8 years. It's not suitable for children under 8 years and not 14 like it is now. But we will check out the flap. This is all one big flap, and here are the aircraft inside and the flap. So actually, when I got this, the BWIA West Indies 737-800 was here, and the Continental was there. But I just decided to switch them around so they're accurate with the flap up here. So that's a little bit inaccurate there on the behalf of Jet Collector. I don't know if they were the reason behind that, but it doesn't, I mean, that's the most negligible error that you could have. So didn't bother me at all, just switched them around. But I'm super excited to get unboxed here, as well, what will happen here, I guess you can kind of see it up here, each aircraft is wrapped individually, so I'll have to kind of go like that. Apologies for that obnoxious noise that I'm sure is very loud on camera, but there will be 3 separate little cradles here, and there we go. So here are the 3 aircraft all out of the box. We'll go in order from smallest to biggest here. So we will start with the BWIA West Indies 737-800. And here it is, the BWIA West Indies 737-800. And already I must say, the color on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at this. This is such an amazing livery here on this aircraft. So we'll get started with the review. We have the cockpit windows with a little eyebrow on them, so that's pretty nice to see. Got the nose gear down there and the nose gear door. None of the landing gear roll on this one, by the way. This is an old 737 mold. Here we have the L1 boarding door and the little white, that looks like a citrus, so that's what I think it is, so that's what I'm going to say. It looks like a citrus for the logo, but it's the same logo on the tail, whatever that is, but I'm not quite sure what that is. Here we have the BWIA West Indies billboard titles above the emergency exit and the exit pass right there. We have the white engine here, which I got. It's a little bit surprising to see just a white engine because it's such a beautiful, colorful aircraft, but I guess it kind of plays off the logo there. And also the hubcap here on the main gear is yellow to match the underbelly, so that's really nice to see. Moving more towards the back of the aircraft, we have the registration, 9 Yankee, hyphen, or dash, whichever you prefer, Bravo, Golf, India, and then Boeing 737-800, next generation, because this is probably one of the 737NG recently came out, so they decided to advertise that there. And then you got the website down there, www.bwee. I'm not quite sure why that's not BWIA, but there you go, bwee.com. And then the tail logo, which is, I'm assuming, the same as this one. Then the underside of the aircraft is also really nice. I kind of like this pattern down here. It makes it very unique. I'm sure it would be pretty easy to spot this from the sky just because of the yellow, all the yellow on it. We also have the Gemini Jets logo in the stand hole and the landing gear well right there. We have also the luggage doors down there. Knowing this on this one, this is an older 737-800, but it does look very nice here. Gemini did a great job on this one. It does have the wing seam, as this is, like I said before, this is an older mold, so it does have a wing seam, but that's not too big of a deal. This did come out in 2006, sorry about my pencil there. Here's what it looks like from the nose. Just a very beautiful aircraft. Looks like the nose gear might be a little bit off there, but that's not a big deal. Will be great to put on display. And our next aircraft here is the Continental 737-200, and I'm already seeing, I'm sure you can see it too here, this engine is not on. Alright, so yeah, that was interesting. Gemini kits, right? So here we have the cockpit windows up here, and the L1 boarding door. I guess that would probably be the boarding door, the L2 door, because it has whatever this is. It kind of reminds me of United's Wi-Fi stickers that they have today. Of course, this is before Wi-Fi on airplanes, so that's, I'm guessing, not what that is. We have the L1 and L2 doors, probably both used for boarding. Continental titles up here, and we have the overwing exits, and the exit path, and of course the broken engine, Gemini kits. Now, not too much to go over on this aircraft. This is a pretty simple aircraft, and Continental, they're not really trying to sell themselves too much with this little logo up here. But I must say the tail logo, actually we'll get back to that later. I'm sure you probably already know what my feelings are towards that logo, but here we have the registration number 17128 and then the US flag. But yeah, the Continental Globe logo on the tail, absolutely love it. I'm glad that United continued the tradition, as well it is my profile picture, the Evo Blue version at least, but I still do absolutely love the old Continental version of the logo, probably even more than the current Evo Blue version. So good job on Continental. I guess that's kind of the sentimentality I have to this aircraft. Actually, this is my first Continental model. That's pretty cool. But I've always loved the Continental livery for this reason. I'm glad United has continued the tradition of the globe on the tail, and even into the Evo Blue generation. So that's really cool there from United and Continental for making this logo. They did a great job on designing it, I guess. Yeah, so really cool model here by Continental Airlines, and it's nice to have a Continental model in the collection to add to the retro fleet. And finally, we have the Air Transat A330-200. Barely even fits on the camera, but here it is. I have to set it back a little bit further, but it is the Air Transat A330-200. I'm going to approach it from the other side this time because my left leg was about to fall asleep here. So we're going kind of reviewing it from the other side here. So the pencil is going to be in the shot here, but hopefully that's not too big of an annoyance. Here are the cockpit windows, L1 door. I guess it is the boarding door. This is also, again, the L1, L2 door. They can both be the boarding door. The nose here down here, you can even see the little white and red part here. You're not supposed to tow it past the red part, or else it'll break the nose gear. So don't do that to the guys pushing back this aircraft. Here are the Air Transat titles going across the fuselage of the billboard titles. And the blue engine. And we have the winglet over here with a little star on it too, the Air Transat logo. It's not going to be able to focus on that. I know it's not going to be able to, so we're just going to move past that. Moving back here, you got a little Airbus A330 down there, and then the registration, Charlie Golf India Tango Sierra, and the Canadian flag. And here is the Air Transat star logo. So this is their older livery, but I mean, their current livery is still pretty similar to this, so I could probably still use it in a current connotation if I ever need to, but I'm guessing not. I mean, Air Transat doesn't really fly to, from what I've looked at, Air Transat doesn't really fly to St. Martin anymore. And even, they didn't even mention Air Transat on the back of the box, which is interesting that they included that model, but they didn't even mention them on the back of the box. So that is a bit interesting, I guess, but there was enough of a demand. I guess the Air Transat flew to St. Martin enough that they did include this in the box set. It is a really beautiful model, and maybe even the highlight of the set here, as it is the only wide body, and it's kind of cool they have a small, medium range, and long range aircraft all in that set. So really cool by Gemini to have that, and I will discuss more about that set and why I think it's cool and why I got it in the next shot here. But I just wanted to go over one more time. I guess we'll check over the bottom of the aircraft. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo, standard Gemini Jets logo. Actually, getting sidetracked here, but bringing the old Continental one, it does have a different, I mean, it has the same Gemini Jets logo. It is in silver though, but they have like the Shucko logo there as well. I'm not sure what that says, but I think it says Shucko. I'm not sure what that is and why that's on there, because that's normally not on the Gemini Jets logos on the bottom of the aircraft, but it is there, so I don't know why that is, but I guess they worked with them on that. I've never heard of Shucko, but I guess they worked with Gemini on that model or something. I'm not quite sure, but those are the three aircraft in the box set, and we'll bring them all into one shot for the concluding clip. So here are all the aircraft that came in the box set. Really cool that Gemini did this. Also, quick sidebar. Unfortunately, two of these airlines rather do not exist anymore, and that is Continental and BWIA. Air Transat, of course, they still do. But it is a little bit sad that two of the airlines in here no longer exist. But still, really cool set here and a nice little feature by Gemini Jets. I believe this is the only one that they made of the airport series, but it is nice to have like kind of a starter pack if you're going to do an airport, just to have some aircraft that you can use for that airport. And I think this kind of went with Gemini's. They used to have an island mat. I don't think you can find that anywhere these days, but that's what they used to have. They used to have one of their mats was an island themed mat, and I'm pretty sure they don't have that anymore. Or, well, I know they don't have that anymore. I don't know where you can find it anymore. I don't think it is available anywhere anymore. As that would be a mat that I would be interested in getting, just because it's rare and interesting. It's unique. It's for none of the other Gemini mats are like it, but I guess this could kind of be used there. It kind of looks like St. Martin too. But anyways, what I was saying is that I think it would have been cool if Gemini did more of these, because it is already like a starter pack for an airport, and it's probably easier to do this for St. Martin than for like pretty much any other airport. I mean, imagine doing one of these for like MSP. You would have to have like 9 aircraft at the least, and if you're doing nowadays, it would be pretty much all like Delta, and then it would be a few Sun Countries and I don't know, United in there. It'd have to be a pretty big box set, but I guess for St. Martin that would be easier to do. But I guess it is an easier way to sell these aircraft, because like if you're looking for even one of them, and you can get the rest of them for just a little bit extra. So that's kind of an interesting sales strategy there by Gemini. Kind of the same strategy that we used on We Play. They bundled an extra Wii remote in there, and that's why that's like one of the top selling Wii games ever. But I don't get sidetracked. I should probably stop talking about Wii and We Play. That's a whole nother subject. I suggest you check out some videos on that if you're interested, but that, I know that has nothing to do with my channel, so I'm not going to cover that anymore. But a really nice box set here by Gemini Jets. I wish they would have done more, and maybe this probably would have been unrealistic. It also would have made this extraordinarily more expensive. Would be to include a little mat in there. Like imagine if they had they just rolled up a little mat of St. Martin ramp or whatever. I think that'd be a little bit interesting. Maybe not even. They wouldn't have to do the entire thing. Maybe just include a few gate foils. I think that'd have been interesting. Maybe would have enticed me some more. I mean, I still got the set just for the aircraft, just because I think it would be cool to get 3 aircraft for the price of 1, even though none of these I really was too interested in. I guess I would have gotten the Continental for like $20, and the other 2, I would pay $10 for those any day of the week. So a really nice set here, and it was only $41 too for 3 aircraft. That's a really good price. I still have 2 on Jet Collector. Everywhere else I could find, like on eBay or some other secondhand websites, it was all like $120. So Jet Collector, thanks for giving me a really good deal on this, and I even got the 10% for the VIP Gold discount code that you can account. But yeah, it was really awesome to find this and to get it for only $41 for three models, if you can believe it. So I guess we should get to the part of the video where I share the new airport. It's pretty obvious, isn't it, though? So yeah, it is St. Martin, and I plan on making it, probably finishing it by this winter. It's not going to be a short-term project. It will be a long-term, because right now I'm just in the collecting phase. I have to collect the aircraft to, so I can make it and have it be realistic. So none of these will really help because these are all retro aircraft, but if I do a retro St. Martin, these will definitely be used. But for the time being, I need to try to find a 1/400 scale KLM A330, and that'll also be used at MSP. So that's one of them that I'm looking for. A Caribbean Airlines aircraft, that will be a lot tougher, but there's still some floating around, so I'll be able to get my hands on one. Unfortunately, it won't be a Max, which is what I do need, but it will be an 800, and I find that close enough that I'll use until someone else makes a Max, and then I'll pick up the Max version. I know Aero Classics made a Max, but that's sold out everywhere now, unfortunately. And adding to the Shapeways order, I will be getting some Twin Otters for Winair, which is the airline based out of St. Martin. So that's the future plan for that, and I'll have that airport done by this winter is what I am estimating. So it will be a while until that comes out. And for those of you thinking I'm expanding too fast with all these airports, and I mean, you're probably right, and there will be airports that are just completely forgotten about. Well, I'm trying not to make that happen, but it kind of has happened with Guam. So sorry about that there hasn't been a Guam update in a while. That is coming soon. That is coming very soon. Don't worry about it. I have a very major Guam update coming out, and really excited to bring that to you, as there has been some more aircraft that have been released that I can use at Guam, or that I will be getting soon that I can use at Guam. So that will be coming soon, I promise. But for now, this is a very nice trio of aircraft to include into the collection. Maybe I won't use them for now, but Retro, St. Martin, watch out, as these three guaranteed will be in that update. So thank you all for tuning in to this video. I know it kind of got a little bit long there at the end, and it took me way too long to finally mention what airport I was going to do. It will be St. Martin. I always thought that there was someone making the St. Martin series, but I guess not. So I'll jump on the opportunity, and I'll be the one to make a St. Martin series, because this is a very unique airport and a very fun airport to go to in person. Definitely one that I want to go to in the future in person, and just to watch the videos of plane spotting is crazy. It's a very unique airport for pilots, passengers, model enthusiasts, you name it. They'll love the airport. But with that being said, that will conclude this video. Sorry for kind of rambling a little bit there at the end, but those are three models. That's the airport that I'm doing, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.